The Minnesota Timberwolves shook the NBA in 2024 by finally breaking through. They won a franchise-high 56 regular season games, finishing third in the West, and boasted the league's stingiest defense. Anchored by Anthony Edwards, all-star scorer regularly buzzing on Twitter, and Rudy Gobert, Defensive Player of the Year, Minnesota became a juggernaut. In the 2024 playoffs, they stunned the defending champion Denver Nuggets, rallying from a 20-point deficit in Game 7 to win 98-90. Edwards overcame a slow start in that clincher, leading the comeback in a Timberwolves masterpiece. They surged to their first Western Conference Finals since 2004, even beating Dallas once, 105-100 to avoid a sweep. Ultimately, the Mavs won the series 4-1, but Minnesota proved it belonged among the West's elite. Luka Doncic's 36 points spurred the Mavericks to the NBA Finals, but Minnesota had arrived. The Timberwolves have a relatively balanced roster. Anthony Edwards has emerged as a superstar. In 2023-24, he averaged around 24 points per game, and in the playoffs, he was lights out when needed. Rudy Gobert, 2023-24 Defensive Player of the Year, has given Minnesota a defensive anchor on par with their best-ever units. Veteran Mike Conley provides steady point guard leadership. Naz Reid stretches the floor at center, Jaden McDaniels and Nickeil Alexander-Walker bring length on the wings, and Jordan McLaughlin was a steady backup. In April 2025, Minnesota pulled off a blockbuster. They traded their franchise center Karl-Anthony Towns, 9-year All-Star, to New York. In return, they landed All-Star forward Julius Randle to bolster scoring, sharpshooter Donte DiVincenzo, veteran forward Keita Bates-Diop, and a protected future first-round pick. With Towns gone, Minnesota's core now features Edwards, Gobert, Conley, Randle, DiVincenzo, plus versatile wings like McDaniels and Walker. Defensively, the Wolves were the best in the NBA last season. Coach Chris Finch ran an aggressive scheme. Even without Gobert during some of the Denver series, Wolves players swarmed the ball. Edwards quipped it felt like 7 Timberwolves on the court at times. Gobert's rim protection and the perimeter pressure by McDaniels Alexander Walker made Minnesota suffocating. Offensively, Minnesota runs a modern attack. They can play fast when needed, and Edwards-Gobert complement each other. Gobert sets screens and finishes alley-oops, while Edwards attacks the paint and steps out to hit threes. Randle's arrival adds a seasoned scorer and rebounder, though he will change the spacing. Conley, notably in his 9th NBA season, still commands the offense. In 2023-24, the Wolves posted an offensive rating in the high tier of the league, around 117 points per 100 possessions, and the top defensive rating, about 109. This balance is rare. Few contenders dominate both ends. As of early 2025, analysts pegged Minnesota as a top 3 team in both offense and defense. Key advancing stats: they ranked first in defensive efficiency and had an all-NBA lock in Edwards, the Wolves' first-ever selection. With Conley spreading the ball and shooters around, many expect the offense to improve further, especially if Randle and DiVincenzo fit quickly. Coach Finch is respected for player development. He won a D-League championship in 2014, and he has said he still believes in this group, despite last playoff exit. The West is stacked. Besides Dallas, Luka's team, and Denver, there are still the rejuvenated Clippers, the up-and-coming Thunder, and possibly Los Angeles Lakers who added AD and Russell Westbrook. In the East, giants like Boston, Milwaukee, and Philadelphia loom. Milwaukee may even add Giannis, ironically. Minnesota's journey will likely involve rematches with these opponents. We know they can handle champions, see Denver in 2024, but consistency will be tested. Offensively, they must maintain efficiency when teams double Edwards or blitz Gobert. If Conley stays healthy and shooters like Naz Reid hit corner threes, Minnesota can outpace many teams. The Wolves are one of the NBA's younger franchises, founded in 1989, and have never won a championship. In franchise lore, the only NBA champion in Minneapolis was the Lakers in the 1950s. The Timberwolves themselves have 0 titles and only 2 conference finals appearances, 2022 and 2024. That history hangs over them. No roster player has ever hoisted the Larry O'Brien Trophy. The hunger is palpable. Edwards and Gobert have publicly declared their commitment to bringing Minnesota its first ring. After so many seasons of playoff heartbreak, any success will be considered wildly overachieving. The Wolves have built a contender, an MVP-caliber star, a defensive anchor, and a complete roster. The 2024 breakthrough, coming back on the defending champs and reaching the West Finals proved they can win under pressure. But winning the championship requires depth, experience, and a bit of luck. Minnesota's new additions, Randle, DiVincenzo, should help them stay fresh, but questions remain. Can they avoid costly turnovers? Can Finley's offense get even more efficient? And how will they handle fatigue at the end of a long season? As pundits point out, the Wolves' gap to a title isn't huge, but it's real. If injuries stay away and all pieces click, Edwards continues to improve, Gobert remains dominant, and Conley runs the show, then yes, Minnesota has a legitimate shot. But every other contender has also upgraded. It will take a perfect convergence, Minnesota's best defense clashing with the league's great offenses in grinded-out games. Regardless, with history as motivation and a championship window open, the Timberwolves will enter 2025 as one of the West's most intriguing dark horse teams. Only time will tell if they can finally deliver a title for Minnesota.